All right. Welcome to the Valentine's Day live stream. I started that as vague and as boring as I possibly could, but how is everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Lone Fox, how you doing? Thanks so much for hopping on in. Molly, how you doing? Jason, John, how you doing, guys? Ghoul Sniper. Wow, we have a lot of people hopping on in. Good stuff. Good stuff. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Whether you're spending it alone or whether you're spending it with a lover, if you guys are bored, if you're bored, even if you're spending it with a lover, if you're bored, hop on in, enjoy the live stream, chat it up with me. We're going to be talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. It's kind of the thing we do every holiday is that I go live. I kind of put a theming on in the background. And though my live stream this year is not as colorful as probably the last year's live stream for Valentine's Day, I really feel like we'd still have a lot of fun. What do you think about the Cocaine Bear movie? It looks promising. It looks like a fun time. It looks like one of those like late 1990s, early 2000s types of monster flicks. So I'm really down for it. I love the style of humor they're going with. Happy Valentine's Day, Jason. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much for hopping on in. Potato Angel, how you doing? Hopefully everybody's having a solid Valentine's Day. What are your plans for tonight, everybody? What are you guys doing tonight? There's a possibility I will be doing a movie revisit for My Bloody Valentine, possibly. I'm not sure yet. Happy Valentine's Day. I've got to go soon. I have school in like 5 minutes. Have a great day. Oh, well, that's understandable. I know my sister just headed out to school not too long ago herself, so completely understandable. I hope you have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for hopping on into the live stream. Even if it was to say hello for a few minutes, I really appreciate that. And by the way, slay that like button, guys. Hit that heart. I wish we could like change the thumbs up button to a heart for Valentine's Day. If you can give this a thumbs up, even though I'm just going to say give it a heart, I would really appreciate it. Show the love, right? In the easiest way you can. By the way, did anybody else see that trailer for Children of the Corn? Oh my goodness, my throat is really itchy right now. Anybody else see that trailer? I'm curious to hear other people's opinions. I didn't get too much yet on the comments. I've never had a Valentine. Neither have I. Neither have I. You're not the only one. I was very specific on putting loner before lover on my title. No, I've never had a Valentine. No. And it's not like I probably couldn't have gone out and gotten one. Mostly through school, I was too shy. You know, the closest thing I came to was actually getting a Valentine was that I had a really giant crush on this girl. And our school did that thing where they would walk around on Valentine's Day and sell like flowers for like 25 cents. And I bought her like two. Yeah, because 50 cents was like a lot of money back in school. You were like, fuck yeah, I bought her two. And it automatically would make you look good. How you doing? Thank you so much for hopping on in. Is your name, I'm blind. Is your name, Miley? Miley or, I really appreciate hopping on in. How are you doing tonight? Today. How you doing today? Jimmy, how you doing? I'm doing good. What horror movies for this year are you most interested in seeing? That's a good question, John. I think my most anticipated is definitely Evil Dead Rise. That is my most anticipated, but if I had to give you a second, it would be the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Super Mario Bros. Was something I grew up with, and that last little plumber commercial thing was just so much fun. So this Children of the Corn remake is the second remake, but a theatrical one. You know what's funny, man? I'm not even sure if it's a theatrical release. It said Shudder on it, so I'm like, is it being released in theaters or is it just going directly to Shudder? I don't know. I know very little about it. As a matter of fact, I completely forgot they were making a Children of the Corn remake until this morning when I saw the trailer was dropped. That's good to hear, Jimmy. Glad you're doing good, man. Happy Singles Valentine's Day, brother. Well, thank you so much, Jeeves. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I'm really fucking. I got a sore throat. I think coming on. Oh my goodness. That's what happens when I talk too fast and try to catch everybody's comments all at once. I'm just always choking. I can't look at the cheese grater the same since watching Evil Dead. No, I can't either, man. That made me cringe. That's like the one part of the trailer that really got under my skin was the cheese grater. I love Mario. I grew up with it, so I'm super excited about the movie. Hope it's better than the 90s live action. Without a question. There is no way in hell it's going to be as bad as that 90s one. No way. Nope. I don't think it's going to come close to that bad. If anything, it's going to be a fun time. If anything, it's just going to be a fun movie to look at. I think it's going to be really good though. I think they're aware that they have something special with that Mario movie. Happy Valentine's Day, Shane. I refuse to do Valentine's Day. I refuse to celebrate the holiday. Its initials are VD. Well, actually, you make it sound pretty badass. VD. That's right, Richard. Thank you so much for joining, by the way, Richard. I appreciate it, man. No, I get it. I get it. For a long time, I've really despised Valentine's Day. I've started to slowly come around to it. I'm not like all for it. Again, I've been single all my life. I'm not saying that as like a bash against myself. I'm saying that as I've tried to put my career choice ahead of me and ahead of everything else to try to get be successful at what I want to do with my life. And that's kind of been my main goal for the longest time, would be just trying to succeed at my own way. So this is a holiday that reminds me that perhaps after I complete what I want to complete in life, that I can finally go and try to find somebody that I think would be a good fit for me. So yeah, yeah, that's kind of what Valentine's Day is for me. Is I'm starting to look at it in a different perspective. Have you seen the Terror Train remake and sequel? I haven't even seen the original Terror Train, to be honest with you, man. I've actually been putting that one up on my Patreon polls. We've lost so many patrons these past couple days. Oh, I'm so. That's probably the most heartbreaking thing that's happened to me. Would be probably the loss of a couple patrons, which is not their fault, if any sort of the imagination. If they chose that they had to leave for their own financial reasons, I completely understand. I'm never going to bash them for that. It hurts, though, when you see patrons leave, because it's like, damn, you really want to hit a certain goal, but you also have to keep in mind that they're people, obviously, and they have their own issues, too. So, like, yeah, no, it just sucks, seeing people leave and stuff. We should make a singles pact with all the single people here, Jordan. Right, right. Stoner J, how's it going? Birdie Reacts, how you doing, guys? How you doing? I'm glad you guys are all hopping on in here. Glad to see you. Please, if you're hopping on in, hit that like button, give it a heart, show the love. And I hope all of you are having a fantastic Valentine's Day. I hope that you are having good plans. What are your plans, by the way, guys? If you guys are hopping on in, what are the plans for today? I don't even mind Mario's voice, because if you think about it, if they did the original Mario voice, I think it would get annoying real quick. You're right. You're exactly right, Mike. You're exactly right, Ghoul Sniper. I completely agree with that. I love the original voice actor for Mario, but a full-length movie with that voice non-stop talking, it would get a bit obnoxious, and I do tend to agree. Yeah, it works better for the games, but when it comes to a like a movie, not live action, but a movie, you really got to take that into consideration too. Jordan, did you get the Violent Night I sent you? I got your package, man. It is downstairs right now. I forgot to grab it coming up here. You just reminded me. I will grab that in a bit. Sorry about that. I completely slipped my mind. I was down there a second ago too. I was debating on getting coffee or not, but I've already had like 4 cups, and need to take a break. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day because it's a day to waste money in a relationship. Your love shouldn't be defined by one day. No, it's absolutely not defined by one day. I think if you actually define your love by one day, then you're doing it wrong. I think if you are not loving that person throughout the entire year, or just every day in general, then you're doing it completely wrong. Valentine's Day to me is not necessarily a day about just love. It has a good message behind it. I think as someone who was single throughout high school, middle school, all my life, I used to view it as that day where I would look at everybody else enjoying themselves with a girl, you know what I mean? And just finding actual, like, a relationship. I used to view it like that when I was younger, and I've kind of moved on past that. I think it was just a negative approach. I really had a negative approach, and I think I'm looking at it better now than I ever did. Nothing is wrong with being single. I'd rather be happy single than in a relationship miserable. You're exactly right. I agree with that. I totally 100% agree with that. Yep. I have seen, as someone who's single, who has actually seen on the outside what relationships can be like, I have seen horrible relationships, and they would completely convince themselves that it's like the best thing that's ever happened to them. When in reality, everybody on the outside would be looking at them like, what are you doing to yourself? And oh yeah. Has a good message behind it? No, it does. It does. I know you might disagree with that. But I personally believe, yes, there's a good message behind Valentine's Day. I respect your opinion. I 100% do, man. And I completely respect it, but I do believe that, yeah, Valentine's Day has a more positive message behind it than a negative one. I used to view it as a negative thing. Yeah. I do have a crush, but I think she has a boyfriend. Yeah, I've faced that that down the road before too. Yeah, where you actually like do have a crush on somebody, and then you completely realize that. Yeah, no, It's not fun. Yeah, it could be a troublesome thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you catch feelings for somebody who is clearly in a relationship, yeah, it's not a fun experience to deal with. It can be like a real big gut punch. Will there be another My Bloody Valentine movie? Man, I really hope so. I love that franchise. I mean, I'm okay with the remake. It's not really even a remake. It's almost like a like a sequel, requel kind of deal, in a sense, if you want to look at it that way. Nah, probably not. Yeah, what am I talking about? It's probably more of a remake, but I like the remake. Okay, I love the original My Bloody Valentine. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the best slasher films of all time. If I had to be real honest with you, I recently started playing Minecraft. All family do it. So for after 5 years, all family does it for 5 years. I gave in the game could inspire horror films. For a simple game, it got shot. I think they're actually making a Minecraft movie, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was a lot of talk behind a Minecraft movie being made. I agree, Michael. Actually, being single and being lonely are two different things. You can be single without being lonely. I always surround myself with friends and family. It doesn't have a positive message. It's no more than a reminder of how much why love doesn't actually exist. For and I can't really argue with that statement because it's different for everybody, right? That's just my opinion. It's different for everybody, so I can't really argue with your argument. It could be it's like an argument that can go on forever because there are some people who really do find it to be a hard thing to try to find, and it's true. It is a hard thing to find. I cannot find it myself that easy. No, and it's just not. It's just not an easy subject. Love is never an easy subject. The whole conversation about love is just really one hell of a thing, right? Jordan, you are the best YouTuber, no lie. Keep up the kick-ass work. There are no words, just gratitude. Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I get the coffee date starts talking and loving it. Then they tell me they've partnered open and like, what the fuck? You got a guy and you want more? Yeah, yeah. I've been like, I'm a very giving person, so that was my one of my flaws is being so giving. And I remember I've had several people take advantage of that, and man, is it really giving you like the feeling that there could be a possibility and just trying to get what they can out of you. Oh yeah, it's a real thing. I faced it, man. Love needs to be reinvented. I don't think so. I don't think so. I again, when we like the conversation of the L word in general is such a fucking checkered conversation because there's really almost never really no right or wrong answers with it. Like obviously, some people will agree and some people again, I'm trying to word it out in a way that would make sense, but really, I don't think I can word it out in a way that would make sense. And I don't want to try to sound like a know it all, especially coming from a guy who's been single all his life. That's just not the person to be telling anybody how they should be approaching love. I personally wouldn't understand on a first line basis. There's no way. So I can only tell you as much as I know from my own views and my own experiences. By the way, we had 27 viewers. If you guys are hopping on in, please hit that like button. I can hope to find a $50 bill every time I go out to work and piss myself off every time it's not there, or I could just go outside and be shocked when whatever happens happens. I can hope to find a $50 bill every time I go to work and piss myself off every time it's not there, or I could just go outside and be shocked when whatever happens happens. Right. I had to ghost a guy. Sadly, he never called me when he was bored, but he would never grab a train to come hang out. Yet would always give time for others. It's becoming toxic. So single for life here. I'm a single Pringle, and the only one who gives me chocolate on this day is my mom. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Didn't a girl try to give you her number at a haunted house? Yeah, I did. Yeah, that actually did happen. Yeah. Wow, I'm surprised you remembered that, man. That's a story from a way while back. Yeah, that was an interesting time. I gotta tell you, when I worked at a haunted house, yeah, there was a situation where I was playing a zombie during this like haunted hayride, and we were in the cemetery part of the haunted hayride, and of course the hayride itself came around the corner, and there was a girl on the back of it who saw me And immediately I was playing my role. There was only two of us. It was me and my cousin. I was playing my role, and I was walking up to her as a zombie. And you're trying to do a job, right? And I had this girl like literally saying, "Oh my God, you're so hot and so attractive. Please give me your number while I'm still here. Like quickly, give me your number." And everything like that. At the time, I didn't have a phone number, so I was like, "Well, you're screwed either way." So, and the thing was slowly taking her away, and it was so hard to keep my character, man. It was like I was so freaking nervous and stuff. My face went bloodshot red underneath all that makeup, and I was like trying not to look at her directly in the eyes. It was crazy. There's too many different meanings for the word love. You're right. That's why you can never have an argument. You just can't win because it's not an easy subject. You can't just fucking say what's right and wrong. It's you just it is such a touchy subject too. People will lose their shit over that conversation, and you just not much you can really argue about. Really, a girl has a necro fetish. I don't know about that. But hey, happy Valentine's Day! Thank you guys for so much for hopping on. Builder Man hopped on in. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for hopping on in. By the way, that mic is amazing when you don't talk. I think I put my headphones on mute, no ambient sound at all. By the way, that mic is amazing when you don't talk. I think I put my headphones on. Are you talking about this mic right here? We need a horror movie about being an ultra introvert. I wouldn't be surprised if there's movies out there like that, to be honest with you. I'm on the way to school. Understandable. That sucks. That's not gonna be fun. I was actually just talking about school, how school was like one of the hardest times for me because I just could not find anything like a girlfriend or love or anything during that time. It was miserable. Love is a behavior you feel, and love or feeling someone you care about. Being in love and being in love with the idea of being in love are two different things. I'm in a relationship with a guy for 15 years. My husband is the most handsome man in the world. Well, there you go. There you go. See? So who's hopping all in? I see quite a few people hopped on into the live stream. So if you guys are hopping on in, please leave a comment. When I was a teen, it was so simple. You'd love and text. One was a sign they liked. I think, you know what? I think today finding relationships is even more difficult because of social media and stuff. It's gotten so. That's actually a good point. I mean, literally, people are more concerned about people cheating over text message anymore, which is it does make it harder to catch people, right? I mean, normally they just not come home, and that's how you found out. But now it's like people are texting and cheating all the time over text. It's crazy. Are you still on Twitch or Discord? I am. I post all of my new videos over on Discord all the time. With the horror movies we're going to be getting, I wouldn't be surprised with anything to get any more. There could be a Peppa Pig horror movie for all I know. Dude, fuck yeah. I'd watch that. Peppa Pig horror film. Swear to God, I've had so many conversations about. I've been like thrown into the middle of so many conversations between like couples and everything, and saying, "Yeah, he's being kind of secretive with his phone and everything. Like he won't let me look at it and stuff." And it's just like, oh my gosh. I find gay life is hard when you want to be monogamous. Social media kind of tempts the guy. Look, next better deal. Yeah, it goes for both ways. I mean, doesn't even like guy. It's just God. It's such a touchy subject, right? But it's more the guy than media. When you find the right girl, you will know. You can't force it. No, you can't. No, you're right about that. It's all about communication. That's very important. Yeah, you want to have a good communication. You want to be able to trust each other. You want to be able to have a conversation about anything, and you want to be able to have a conversation about anything and not feel judged. That's, I think, such an important thing that I think a lot of relationships kind of miss out, unfortunately. Anyone ever watched Meat Canyon? I have been doing a couple of reactions to Meat Canyon lately. Social media is a hammer you can build or destroy with it. It depends on what you want to do. Right. You ever seen a Devil's Advocate, Al Pacino? I've heard of it, man. I've heard of it. I haven't seen a whole lot of Al Pacino stuff in my life. Hell, I haven't even seen Scarface, actually, to be honest with you. That's one I need to check out at some point. Jordan, what qualifications do you like? A woman, be honest, buddy. Qualifications in a woman. I actually think I quite listed a lot of them. Um, It's interesting, man, because I really haven't put whole lot of thought into it, to be honest with you. Like, I would want someone who wants to freely express how they feel, be creative and stuff, and obviously be a fan of like movies and everything, have an interest in nerdy stuff. So whenever I get my own place and let's say I meet somebody, they can like share a passion with me, share a passion like I do with like horror films and everything, have a horror film room and everything, and want to, yeah, stuff like that. I mean, small things like that I think about quite a bit. I think the horror movie about Snow White with the dwarf is a deadly sin. Sorry, I just remembered to hit the like button. No, don't worry about it, man. If you haven't hit the like button, guys, please hit the like button. Happy Valentine's Day, Edward. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for hopping on in. Glad you can make it. I both have Scarface and Devil's Advocate in my collection. You should do a reaction to both. Yeah. I definitely need and after taxes, I'm planning on buying myself a Blu-ray shelf because I'm out of space. I'm out of space. Like half of my Blu-ray collection, which are all the non-horror stuff, are downstairs right now, taking up shelf on the big shelf, which is my, family's movie collection. And I need to get those moved off. So I gotta go ahead and I got to go ahead and buy another Blu-ray shelf. I'm going to be moving the room around and stuff because I kind of have no choice if I get another Blu-ray shelf. Happy Keep My Money for Me Day. If you're single, definitely, yeah, keep my money from... Dude, I've spent I spend money on my friends all the time. I won't lie about it. Like, I'm just a giving person. I can't help it. Snow White, Tale of Terror, 1997 with Sigourney Weaver is an awesome movie. Ooh. You need Devil's Advocate reaction? Okay, I'll have to look into that, man. Oh, what you think of The Last of Us? I like it a lot. I liked it a lot. I mean, I haven't watched 4 and 5 yet, episodes 4 and 5, so no spoilers, but I actually really enjoyed episode 3. I'm surprised the episode got like, I mean, I don't think it's like one of the best episodes I've ever seen in cinema, like film history or like a TV show history. I wouldn't go that far. I've seen a lot of posts like that. People are saying it's like the best thing that's ever happened to television and stuff. And I'm like, I wouldn't go that far. I feel like I've seen things that are very similar to that. But it was a good episode nonetheless. I really enjoyed it. People have been asking me to check out the Phantom of the Opera with Robert Englund. A lot, actually. I used to get that one recommended to me all the time. Happy Valentine's Day, Maniac. How you doing, movie maker fan? Thank you so much for hopping on in. I don't have any plans, but Valentine's Day is for me to be gay and single. Hey, react to Sam and Colby right now, Kuro says. Thank you so much for hopping on in, man. I appreciate that. Dude, you know what's actually funny? I was going to react to Twin Paranormal this morning, and I had like a moment of exhaustion, and my head just wanted to turn off. I've been filming so much these past few days that it was like, gotta take a break for a minute. Yeah, I definitely plan on doing some more Sam and Colby. I'm waiting for their new stuff to come out, actually. That's what I've been really waiting for. I've been waiting for their new content. I'm not sure when they're going to be dropping. Episode 3 made me cry. Basically, it took the first 10 minutes of a Disney up and made it an hour. Yeah, it was like it's a long episode. If Bernard lend me a few $100s, I'd buy a lot of 4Ks and Blu-rays. Just get what? Oh, gotcha. I see what you're saying now. Give me a few $100s. I'd buy dude. I would love to. I'm trying to build up my 4K and Blu-ray collection myself. I've been really wanting to get the one that's been on my mind most recently would be the Dawn of the Dead, like big box set for Blu-ray. That's one I've been really wanting to get. Let's have the discussion. Have you ever you have to watch some Cronenberg. Yeah. I did one of my first movie reactions of all time was the remake of The Fly. Remake of The Fly. I've seen Scanners on YouTube, and I feel like I might have watched another one. I've really been enjoying Cronenberg. Haven't seen his newest one, but I've heard pretty decent things about it. Someone said if you got a headache before you do something bad will happen. Yeah, you probably pass out or have a heat stroke. I also had my heater on this morning. My room was getting blazing hot, so that didn't help me. Jordan, how is your friend Brandon doing? Sending prayers to him. I saw that yesterday he needed like a wheelchair, so I'm assuming he's probably still struggling with walking around the house and stuff, but he's doing pretty okay. I mean, Brandon Cronenberg? Who's Brandon Cronenberg? One sec, let me look him up really quick. Brandon Cronenberg, Canadian director. Let's see. Oh, gotcha. He's the guy who I think he direct Infinity Pool. Yeah, it looks like he did. I have not, to my knowledge, seen anything by him. I couldn't give you my honest opinion about the director. I haven't seen anything that he's done. Anyways, it's been fabulous to see you, bud. Still love the alien mask in the background, brother. Just go to the gym and just got Just in from the gym and shower and a single day. All right. Well, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for hopping on in. Your background is so creepy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is the goal when coming into this channel. We want a creepy, crazy looking background, and that's kind of what I think we've accomplished so far. It might change here soon, so get ready for that. I might be adding new stuff in the background. Jordan, if you had $100, what would you buy? If I had $100, what would I buy? Oh God. On the top of my mind, I'd probably buy the Blu-ray shelf. I to be honest with you, because I need to go ahead and get one. I feel so bad taking up all the space downstairs right now, and it's either I'd buy the Blu-ray shelf or I'd buy Hogwarts Legacy. Because Hogwarts Legacy, you know what though? Maybe I'd save up for an Xbox One X because I need to upgrade my Xbox. I've had it since 2017 and it's starting to show a lot of signs of lagginess and stuff. And I'm trying to do a gaming channel, but it's having issues. Madison, how you doing? Thank you so much for hopping on into the live stream. How is your Valentine's Day going? Have you seen The Legend of Lizzie Borden 1974? It's available on YouTube. I wish you would do a reaction for your biggest fan. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'll have to check it out at some point. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of movies I'm starting to catch up on now. I've did The Children. A lot of people were wanting me to check that one out. Finally got through The Children. Posted that one up on, God, I'm in a brain moment, Patreon. There's a lot of movie reactions I realized I have posted up on Patreon as early access that not a lot of people have seen yet. I did Rambo 3. I did The Children. I did Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. I've done, oh God, what was the other ones I've done? There's like three more that I've done. I've gotten a lot up on there. Let's have this discussion. How did you discover Sam and Colby? My sisters. My sisters are huge fans of Sam and Colby, specifically my youngest sister. She's the one who actually recommended them to me, saying that you're into the paranormal and stuff. You should check out these guys, do some reactions. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch one of their videos. It was the Conjuring House video. Checked it out, was kind of mixed on it. The more I started watching of them, the more I started to come around to them, until I've like almost reacted to all of their content, all of their paranormal content. And some of their, quite a few of their exploring ones too. Are The Fly and Scanners the only David Cronenberg films you have watched? That's a good question. I feel like probably not. I feel like I've probably seen a couple more. Let me go ahead and look at his filmography. So far, yeah. Let's see. Nope, we want director. Maybe. Okay, director. History of Violence, Spider, Friday the 13th. I didn't know he directed a episode on Friday the 13th. Scary Brood. It's kind of looking like it, man. Those might be the only ones I've seen. Yeah. Yep. Yep, those are the only ones I've seen. I gotta watch more. Dude, you need to see the Godsend 1979 Omen type scary movie. Check it out. Ooh, okay. Let's see. You should research The Violent Kind. Have you seen their How Did We Miss This video? I've done quite a few of their reaction. I've done quite a few of reaction videos to how did we miss this stuff that was put out by other YouTubers and whatnot, and a lot of interesting stuff that a lot of the viewers will catch. Yeah, in those compilations. Yeah, pretty creepy, pretty interesting. Sometimes I think they reach too far. They're trying to really try to catch anything, so some things will have like a logical explanation, but they'll still put it in there. If you like older movies, watch Peeping Tom. Okay. You know which one I've actually been considering on watching here recently? And a lot of you guys might find this interesting. It's called, I'm sure you guys have heard of it, it's called Deliverance. I have been debating on doing a movie reaction for Deliverance lately. If anybody would like to see that, let me know. I'm curious. I've been really wanting to see it ever since talking about it along back in 2017 with my friend. He told me to watch it. I never did. I could bore you for hours over what you missed. Oh, yeah? Naked Lunch Crash. Oh my God, the movie is scary. That movie is scary. Is it really that scary? Deliverance would be a good reaction, though, maybe? My favorite Cronenberg movies: Shivers 1975, Rabid 1977, Brood, Dead Zone. Check them out. Okay. Have you checked out the original Suspiria? No, I have not. I was just thinking, which one did I watch that had a very similar title to it? I can't remember what the movie I watched now was. Oh, that's gonna bother me. That is gonna bother me. What movie did I react to? Was it Dario Argento? Hmm. Dario Argento made Suspiria. Which one am I thinking of at the top of my head right now? There's a film I watched that was an Italian horror movie. I did a reaction to it. Phenomena. That's it. I watched Phenomena on the channel. That was a weird movie. You want to be traumatized? I need to check out Peeping Tom. All right, man. I'm gonna catch up on your vids real quick. Okay, thank you so much, Kuro. Hey, Darky Productions. Happy Valentine's Day, man. Thank you so much for hopping on in. I'll tell you what, man, if it traumatizes me, that's pretty impressive because not many movies really traumatize me. I did see The Godsend. It has Angela Pleasance, Donald Pleasant's daughter. Ooh, nice. I Spit on Your Grave, 1978, awesome, creepy movie. I gotta check that one out. Yep. There's still quite a few original classic movies I still have not watched. So yeah, those are definite. At some point, check them out and watch them. Thanks, boy. Deliverance is scary because it could happen in those backwood towns. Ooh. Ooh. Don't say no more. Don't say no more. I'm so curious to know. I don't know a whole lot about it, so the fact that you said backwoods gives me a little bit of like wrong turn vibe. Have to get ready for work, everyone. Have a great day. All right, Edward, thank you so much for hopping on in. Hope you have a great day at work, man, and I hope you have a great Valentine's Day in case you don't see me later on today. Peeping Tom was made in 1960. I'm okay with watching 1960 movies, man. I like older stuff. Watch The Baby from 1973. Speaking of which, I gotta check out Rosemary's Baby, too. Gosh, there's a lot of movies I still gotta catch up on, guys. There's so many that were sent to me. You guys used to send me a Blu-rays all the time. There's so many I still gotta catch up on. Thankfully, I'm starting to catch up on a lot of them. But have you seen Martin by Romero? I have not, but it's been recommended to me several times. Yeah, I definitely gotta check that one out. Big Romero fan. The other 1972 is super creepy about evil twins. Ooh, I saw Deliverance. John Berman, who directed it, also directed The Exorcist 2, The Heretic. I actually watched The Exorcist 2. Was it? Yeah, The Heretic. It was okay. The Heretic was okay. I didn't really care for that one. I was about to say I watched The Exorcist 3 for the first time last year, like late last year, and I really enjoyed it. I'm lost. What's going on? We're talking about horror films, romance, Valentine's Day. They're recommending movies to me right now. I'm talking about how I might be reacting to Deliverance here soon. Got 50 people who have hopped on in. If you are hopping on in and have not slain that like button, please do so. Give it a heart, show it some love, and of course, leave a comment in the chat. Valentine's Day for people who are alone. Hell yeah. I'm one of those people. I'm alone. Did you see Psycho 1960? I have. It's very rare when I'll come across someone who has not seen Psycho, but that one I watched at a pretty decently young age. By the way, happy Valentine's Day, guys. Happy Valentine's Day, Darky. No, watch Exorcist 3. I have seen Exorcist 3. I have. I didn't care too much for The Exorcist 2. I thought it was like okay at best, but The Exorcist 3 was actually pretty decent. I should have figured most of the people who are normally my general audience would probably be asleep at this time. That or they're at work. John Corey, Inferno is the second movie to 1977. Suspiria, the Mother of Tears, is the third movie in the Suspiria trilogy and by Dario Argento. Oh, okay. Okay. So Inferno is the second movie, is what you said. Okay, it's the second movie. Suspiria is the number one. Mother of Tears is third. Okay, okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind now. Now I'm not just going to randomly go and watch them. Now I know that there's actually an order they have to go in. Okay. I agree with you. The Birds, 1963, Blue Chunks, too slow and kind of cheesy. Yeah. I thought, I've literally watched that with my friend Michael about a couple years ago. And was like falling asleep to the birds. I'm not saying it's a bad movie by any means. We watched it rather late, but I was bored out of my mind watching it. I really tried to get into it. Scary movies don't really scare me that much unless they're really good. But I do remember I was very traumatized by Chucky when I was just a bean. I'm not that scared of him anymore. But yeah, the fact that it still freaked you out that much, yeah, it's pretty impressive. My sister, that was her first horror film, was actually the original Child's Play. I remember watching that in my parents' room back then. Have you ever seen Faith? I have not seen Faith. It's almost midnight, February 15th here, 30 minutes more. Ooh. Since then, I'll always be creeped out by dolls. Dolls are creepy, though. I mean, I have several dolls. I don't know if you can see them in the background, but they're there. Hey, I'm like 23 and still single, too. Haven't spent Valentine's Day before. Yeah, no, and welcome, Jess. I appreciate you hopping on in here. I am 26, and I have been single for I've always been single, to be honest with you. But, yeah, no shame. No shame here. So, how is your Valentine's Day going? What do you normally do to celebrate Valentine's Day? Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that, man. Send me a link, yeah. My friend gave me a studio mic, so I'm trying to fix trying to mix vocal on a cover I sing. Oh, nice. Nice, Jimmy. Nice, man. By the way, I appreciate you guys hopping on in, especially if you are new around here and have not really jumped on into the... Yo, Kuro, how's it going? Thank you so much for hopping back in. Glad to see you. You find anything? There's a lot of videos on my channel, by the way. If anybody's, like, curious how many... how much content I have. I think there's over like 1,500 videos. Sorry, no, don't worry about it. You heard girls, you got him. Have you seen Repossessed, a comedy version of The Exorcist with Linda Blair and Leslie? I have not seen that. No, I've never even heard of that, so that might be something to check out. I think the first hour of The Birds was too talky. I agree with that. Yeah, it was very talky. Not a lot going on there. Birdemic is the worst movie compared to I've seen quite a bit of Birdemic. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not even interested in watching the full thing. You know what I want for Valentine's Day, as a matter of fact? I want Killer Clowns from Outer Space Part 2. Where is my Killer Clowns from Outer Space Part 2? We get a video game before a sequel. Are you serious right now? What about Choo Choo Charles? I would like to play that one. I really would. I got to get a better PC, a PC that can handle gaming better. So, yeah, I got to get that. And then hopefully, here soon, I can play some PC horror games. Yeah, but later on in the movie, it gets a lot better. It gets more intense when it comes to the birds. Birds to me is actually one of the more boring Hitchcock films, in my personal opinion. Because I'm alone for Valentine, kind of jealous because I'm alone for Valentine's Day. Don't worry, I get it. I completely understand. I get it too. Ooh, Choo Choo Charles, good game. It's not a movie as well, or no. I'm waiting for the Backrooms movie to come out. Like I don't know how many years. Oh, I know, right? I actually am, been starting to check out the guy's work on YouTube. And I was really impressed with that first video. I really want to go ahead and react to more. I think it's almost at 50 likes now, which I said if it gets 50 likes on that reaction, I'll go ahead and do the part 2 and part 3. Just watch the menu. Ooh, what do you think of that? This is why I dig horror. I fucking love horror films. I love them. Yeah, no, most of us, I'm not saying most of us, I'm certainly single on Valentine's Day, yeah. But I thought I'd go ahead and go live for at least an hour or two, talk to you guys, see how your day's going. Dude, I wish. Oh, where's the 4K for Killer Clowns? That is one I would double dip on. There's not many movies in this world I would double dip, but Killer Clowns, dude. Killer Clowns, Return of the Living Dead, and Halloween, and also Friday the 13th movies I would double dip on. Easy. And Spirited Away. The menu is so darn good and funny. Is it good? I've heard really good things about it. I was surprised to actually find out that it was a horror film. There's a bit of horror in the menu, I found out, which was shocking. I'm not sure if Thomas the Tank Engine will be friends with Choo Choo Charles. Probably not. Probably not. Crossover, perhaps? Wait, there's a Backrooms movie coming. Yeah, there's a Backrooms movie coming out. James Wan and A24 got a hold of this YouTuber who made a few found footage videos of the Backrooms, and they want him to make an actual full-length movie during his summer break. And I guess it's actually happening. Like, I'm so fucking jealous of that, man. I'm a guy who's had a passion for horror films my entire life. Always talking about them, always getting excited for the next one, really having deep conversations. I've been doing YouTube for over 2 years now. Dude, I would love to have the opportunity to make something like A24, Friday the 13th. Come on, get me. I'll do something. Trust me. Jordan, do you remember The Land Before Time? Oh, absolutely. Those are childhood classics. I think we need a horror movie that is Wizard of Oz, that is BDSM version of part. I think they actually, I saw a trailer that someone made that they were actually wanting to do something like that, make a Wizard of Oz horror kind of theme film, which I think would be awesome. Was good, but felt a little bit like Midsommar. I seen the first 25 minutes of Midsommar. I have not finished it yet. I gotta go ahead and do that. Yeah, The Land Before Time, the original movie, used to make me bawl. The Lion King and The Land Before Time. I'd actually say The Land Before Time, maybe a little bit more. I thought that was so heartbreaking. I was waiting for the Five Nights at Freddy movies, though. Oh, yeah. Well, don't worry. You'll get them all. Don't worry about it. Gives you something to look forward to, right? I cannot wait for Five Nights at Freddy's. It might be my third most anticipated movie of this year. FNAF is coming. Been 7 years since they started making the movie. I know. And the fact that they casted fucking Josh Hartnett and Matthew Lillard to be in the movie, dude, gets me more excited than anything. Would you... Scared the hell out of me. Would you want a sequel to Get Out? I wouldn't mind one. I don't think it's necessary. I thought Get Out was so good as a solid movie. I think it ended on a good note and it was fine. I really liked Get Out. So far, my favorite Jordan Peele film. But I guess I wouldn't mind a Get Out sequel. It wouldn't hurt nothing. I mean, depending if it was like a good, well-written script. I just don't know where they would take it. They literally finished it off like where all the answers were just... It was done. How about combining horror movies? I'm not like... It's interesting, Richard. I'm not like a giant fan of when they combine horror films. Like, I don't really think everything needs a shared universe. Kind of like, the Marvel stuff, and now DC wanted to do it. Now, even Universal Studios wanted to do it with the Monster Universe, which I guess they did back then, too, with, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman and Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. They did stuff like that back then, but I don't think everything needs a shared universe, to be honest. There's some cool ideas. I wouldn't mind seeing like a maybe mix between Hellraiser and Evil Dead. It would make sense to me. I'm so hyped about FNAF. Yeah, same here. Love Serial Mom. It was hilarious. I still need to get the film on Blu-ray. I definitely have to see it still. Can we get a remake of The Return of the Living Dead? Instead of a remake, I would love to see a direct sequel. Like, that is one of those movies, like, where requel, I would love to see a requel. Like, they could just completely remove the second and third one and just make a direct sequel to the first Return of the Living Dead. I'd be so down for that. Because I really feel like the franchise kind of started dying down when they decided to make a part 2 that was just a rehash of the first one, but less funny and more obnoxious. Sorry, the characters from the first one were so likable and so good, but when they bring them back in the second one, like the guy who played... Was it Frank? The guy who played Frank? He was so over the top in part 2, and just all he would do would be screaming... dead. He'd be like praying to God and shit every 5 seconds, and forgive me. It got so annoying after a while that I'm just part 2. I wouldn't care if I just don't care for it. Part 1 though is a classic. Excited for Stay Away from Oz. Wonder when it will come out. I know, right? I think that's what it was called. Yeah, that horror film idea for Oz. Yeah, really thought it looked really good. You should try You should try that. Thai horror movies. Sorry, I'm just traumatizing movies. Okay, I'll have to look into those. I have Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, dude. I really need to see that one. Like Chucky versus Leprechaun. That was a conversation. Their only reason why they would even put them together is because they're so short. They have no other reason to put them against each other besides the fact that they are short. But that would be an interesting one, I suppose. I guess. Gremlins versus Critters, I'd be down to see. That one, I'd be more down to see than Chucky versus Leprechaun. Leprechaun would probably beat Chucky only because Leprechaun is magic. Have you seen Leprechaun Returns? Is it okay? I liked it. It is okay, in my opinion. As a matter of fact, it's my second favorite Leprechaun movie, next to the first one. Haven't seen The Ring or Sadako movies. They are good. Are they good? They are good. The first Ring, the original Ring, made my anxiety go through the roof. I actually felt uncomfortable. My chest started hurting. My movie reaction's up on the channel if you guys want to go check that out, actually. Don't watch it if you haven't seen the movie. Go watch the movie first, but really good. I love Waxwork, but we need an updated version. I need to watch Waxwork. I really do. I own the Blu-ray. Someone was kind enough to send me the double feature of part 1 and part 2. I still haven't watched them yet. Kind of what I meant by, like, I was sent so many Blu-rays by a lot of the community that I definitely got to. And by the way, my birthday's coming up, so if you want to send me anything, please go ahead and do it early enough to where I can get it, and let me know that it's for my birthday so I don't open it right away. July 2nd is my birthday, so you have a few months if you guys want to get anything. Quite a few people, I guess, are already sending me stuff. Oh my god, Leprechaun traumatized me as well, yeah. Leprechaun was a fun time as a kid, though, man. I really enjoyed it. It freaked me out a little bit, but as an adult, I have so much fun watching it. It's like a once-a-year movie for me. I watch it every St. Patrick's Day. The Ring video is more creepy than the 2002 movie, in my opinion. You know what, dude? The remake, which people praise, actually is okay at best for me. I didn't love it like a lot of people do. July 1st is my birthday. July 2nd is my birthday. That's awesome. I haven't watched Waxwork, but reading the synopsis reminds me of House of Wax. I haven't seen House of Wax either. I know. I got to go ahead and watch the Vincent Price one. That's the one, my grandma said that's the one that she was actually, like, too scared to walk home after the movie. She was just too scared. It freaked her out that much. July 2nd is still far away. Give me some more time to save up for your birthday. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. It's only if you guys want to. My P.O. Box information is in the description below. It's my first time interacting with live YouTubers. It's a nice experience, but I'm going to have to sleep. It's 10:39 p.m. in my country right now. Catch you up to you. Oh, don't worry about it, Kuro. I completely understand. And I'm glad you can make it to my live stream. I'm glad that you got to be able to jump in the conversation. And it's kind of an honor that I'm your first one to be interacting with you for your first YouTube live stream. So thank you so much, man. If you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, everyone. Leprechaun versus Wishmaster. I could see that one over Chucky versus Leprechaun. Happy early birthday, Jordan. Open your present now. You'll love Violent Night. I would, but it is downstairs, and I'd have to run downstairs to get it. And I don't really want to leave the live stream hanging. But now I know what it is. Now I'm kind of excited to go ahead and actually check it out. That was very nice of you to send that to me, by the way. Very kind of you, Michael. Thank you so much, man. Let's have this discussion. What if we concluded that it combines something that has no business belonging together, so not a shared universe, however, it easily could. What if we concluded that we combine something that has no business belonging together? True. You know, I want to say it is the 1995 one. Let me go ahead and look it up really quick. I want to say you're right, though, when it's 1995. The Ringer. The Ring, there's 2002. It might be 1998, actually. Yeah, it's 1998, not to 1995. You should watch Violent Night. Definitely will. Thank you. Again, that actually would be a good Christmas movie next year, like a good Christmas movie reaction. Loved your discussion on the zombie apocalypse. Participated in that discussion. Thanks to you. I loved it. Well, no problem, man. I'm glad you enjoyed that discussion. Do you have a letterbox? I do have a letterbox, actually. Yes, I do. I do have a lot of, like, lists and stuff there. I like to put together lists and rankings and whatnot. Let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and share that with you guys if you guys want to follow me on Letterboxd. Gonna check it out. Haha, awesome. You should. And then come back to my channel and let me know. Go to my movie reaction afterwards and comment what you thought of it on the movie reaction. Oddly enough, the first horror movie I wasn't afraid of was The Grudge. The Grudge fucking terrified the hell out of me. I didn't watch the original one. I watched the remake back in like 2000s, and it freaked me out, man. That's how my friends and brother would, like, freak me out and stuff. They would just come up to the bathroom door and go, and fucking freak me out. It was a lot of fun. Will we see any more Bigfoot videos? Yeah, I'd probably say so at some point. I'm not doing it right now because there's so much I'm doing right now. But yeah, at some point. And plus the video reactions for those Markiplier Bigfoot videos weren't getting a lot of love. And I don't normally jump on something if they're not getting a lot of love, if that makes any sense. but it did freak me out a bit. Not gonna lie. Do you guys go into random sites, watch and streaming platform? Is it on or is it on any? I think it's on Shudder, which Shudder is actually like $6 a month. It's actually a really good horror streaming service. So if you have not checked out Shudder, I'd actually highly recommend it. Definitely would highly recommend that one. Shudder has a lot on it too. It's not just, The Ring. It has a lot to offer. That scared the hell out of me. A bird just flew by my window, like really close to it. Let's pretend of Night of the Living Dead with basically any poltergeist movie. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, that could be decently interesting. Think about it. You have a ghost that initially has to follow its lumbering counterpart. Yeah. Do you like the cinnamon heart candies? Cinnamon heart candies? Trying to think of what they look like now. Cinnamon heart candy. To my knowledge, I don't think I've ever had them. To be honest with you, I might have a long time ago. I can't really tell you. Thank you for joining me, Domains. What is the scariest movie you've seen, Jordan? It freaked you out. Mine was Jaws. I was 10 at the time. Mine is the original Pet Sematary. I found it on YouTube. Oh, there you go. There you go. And it's free too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Glad you could find it, Jess. Again, tell me what you think of it. I'm hoping that you really like it. Think about it. It's a very it's a little bit of a slow burn in a sense, but it's really creepy. Ta-ta for now. Gonna finish layering my vocals. All right, Jimmy. Thank you so much for hopping on in, man. Good luck on your video. And yeah, thank you. Have a happy Valentine's Day. By the way, I saw House of Wax when I was like 8, and it was rated R. Ooh. Ooh. Sounds like a fun time. I got 0 hours of sleep, but staying awake for this is worth it. Aw, thank you so much. What kind of music do you like to listen to? I can listen to almost anything, to be honest. I've been reacting to a lot of stuff I'm not normally familiar with of lately, so it's been a lot of fun doing that. I wasn't a big music person growing up, so to have the opportunity to react to a lot of musicians that I missed out on, been a lot of fun. Mr. Ink, how you doing? Just woke up. Well, good morning and happy Valentine's Day, Mr. Ink. Thank you for making it to my live. Scariest movie. What do you think of the Percopsy Tapia? Let me go ahead and copy that and go ahead and search it. From 2007, huh? To be honest with you, man, I don't think I've ever seen this. In an abandoned house in Percocet, New York, murder investigators uncovered hundreds of tapes showing decades of serial killers' work. Ooh, that's creepy. Huh, I'm gonna have to look into that. I've never heard of that. Did you like the Slender Man movie? I actually thought it was dog shit. That Slender Man movie, I think that came out in 2007. Slender Man. 2018. 2018. That came out in 2018. I had such high hopes for that movie, dude. I thought the trailer was actually quite interesting. And it's got a 3.2 out of 10 on IMDb. I gave it a 2 out of 10, yeah. Sylvain White, who directed it, which doesn't look like he has a lot of great stuff under him anyways. I kind of should have... Well, he's directed some things that have gotten pretty popular. He's directing the new Bel Air show. Yeah, in some cases. He's done some things, but... Yeah, I was so disappointed with that movie. To be honest, I've never seen you streaming in the mornings. This is the first right now, yeah. Watch it, Richard says. All right. The Bye Bye Man was another piece of shit, no lie. Bye Bye Man, yeah. I've heard a lot of bad things about that one. I've kind of stayed away from it, to be honest. And the trailer, you know what's funny? The trailer for the Bye Bye Man reminded me of the trailer for the new Boogeyman movie coming out. And I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping the Boogeyman's actually like really kind of creepy, at least creepy. But the Bye Bye Man, I heard from everybody. And I could watch that trailer for the Bye Bye Man and not even be intimidated by it. It looked like generic shit to begin with. And a lot of people are saying it is very much generic shit. It's a cash grab. Which unfortunately is one of the reasons why horror films are not as respected because there's a lot of cash grab horror films that come out in theaters and stuff, and they think it is one of the laziest genres out there. And in the case, they're kind of right, because that's kind of what film directors of today have done. They made it the laziest genre of all, and that sucks, because I think horror is the best genre. There's nothing quite like watching a horror film in theaters, you know? It's like its own beast. It's its own experience. I love going to the theaters alone to watch horror films. Same. I think it's a lot of fun. If I had a Valentine, I would actually recommend what's playing in theaters right now. Let's see. I'm gonna go to my like local movie theater and see what's playing really quick. If I had a Valentine, I would ask if she wanted to go see probably Knock at the Cabin. Yeah, it'd either be Knock at the Cabin or Avatar probably. I'm feeling more Knock at the Cabin though. Amazing Maurice, never even heard of it. Woman Talking, I don't know. It's Constant Creation. Yeah, 80 for Brady. Yeah, definitely. Did you watch Terrifier 2? Not yet. I did get it on DVD though. Yeah, I'd have to agree on the Slenderman movie. I was expecting more from it. Same. Yeah. Did you watch the Viking Wolf on Netflix and Norwegian Werewolf movie? I have not seen it. I don't even think I've heard of that. It's easy to make a piece of shit horror movie, but look how good Psycho was. It's 63 years old. Well, yeah, because they put a lot more time and effort into making horror films back then. Horror. That's why there's never going to be a decade like the 80s when it comes to horror movies, because they actually gave a shit about horror back then. Now it's just like everything's just a cash grab. It's a repeat, and it just sucks. We don't have a movie theater anymore. I'm sorry to hear that. It's a dying breed. It's kind of why I'm trying to get as many Blu-rays as I can. It's why I love getting Blu-rays sent to me, because it's like one of those things where it's like these movies are going to mean so much to me in the future when everything becomes it's going to go out of business, and physical media is going to go out of business, and we're not going to be able to get them anymore, and it's going to suck because everything's going to be digital, and that's something that I'm going to find extremely sad. Like, it's a goal of mine to get my own place someday and actually set up a complete room that's dedicated to like movies and everything, to make it feel like maybe a fucking Blockbuster or a Hollywood Video back in the day, because it's just like something that's dying. You don't see it anymore. It's sad. I find it to be extremely sad, because no one today is going to know what it was like to go to Hollywood Video. And I'm not trying to talk like I'm an old guy, but I used to go to Hollywood Video with my family, and we used to rent movies all the time and video games. It was fun. It was a great experience. Got us out of the house. It's airing on here too. Didn't know Ron Weasley from Harry Potter is in that film. Yep. Friday the 13th in 1980 and Part 4 in 1980. So dope. I agree. I love almost every Friday the 13th movie, besides like Jason Takes Manhattan and Jason Goes to Hell, and then kind of Jason X too. I don't really like Jason X much, but yeah, I love horror films from that decade. Movies just don't give a shit no more. Our directors don't give a shit. Studios don't give a shit no more about horror films. A24 is one of those rare studios that I trust with a horror movie almost anymore, because they actually put like some sort of effort into making something unique. Let's be honest, the only way to scare people again, it's the video store. Video stores were the best. I agree, Johnny Flame. I fucking agree, man. I miss those things so much. I actually have a couple DVDs that have the Blockbuster tag on them still, because it's like I'm not going to take those off. It's nostalgia. Drag Me to Hell is pretty good in my opinion. I enjoyed it. It was a pretty fun time. Yeah. If you're going to watch the new Avatar, make sure your phone is charged. Right? It's a 3-hour movie. Oh my god, a 3-hour movie. If not longer. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not longer. By the way, if you're hopping on into the live stream, guys, and haven't left a comment or anything, or even hell, hit the like button, please do so. Knock at the Cabin was a pretty good movie. I heard it was pretty good. I heard Shyamalan. They say it's like his comeback almost. I agree with you, Jordan. Take time and make a scary movie, and it will be remembered for years. Exactly. If I ever became a film director, if I ever made a horror movie, it would not be some throw together piece of shit. I would actually take the time to try to develop something that was unique in its own right. The first time I've ever heard of a Friday the 13th movie was watching a YouTuber playing the game. Yeah. Wow. But that's a good way. It introduced you to them, right? It introduced you to the Friday the 13th stuff. See, the reason why I knew Friday the 13th existed was because I would go to video rental stores back in the day, and I would go do some looking, and I found Friday the 13th. I think horror needs to return to its roots. Horror is an art. It is. It is absolutely an art, yeah. Just got my ticket for Scream 6. I'm excited. How do you feel about Sydney not going to be in it? I'm not that butthurt over it. To me, Sydney wasn't really she didn't really carry the franchise. She wasn't one of the reasons why I went back. I went back for the mystery and just to see Ghostface fuck people up more than anything. It wasn't really necessarily Sydney that made me want to go back, though, to be honest, seeing her in part 5 was really exciting and really fun. I was actually more excited to see Dewey, actually, than I was Sydney. But I am excited to see the film. I think it looks really great. I like that they're doing something different, which is not something the Scream franchise likes to do all too much. It is kind of do something different. It always took place in almost the same exact area for every movie. The Unholy was really the letdown when I saw it in theaters. The book was better. Oh, damn. Yeah, when I see any like paranormal, is The Unholy like some sort of Exorcist movie? It just sounds like it is. Let me go ahead and look it up. The Unholy 2021 film. Yeah, it looks like an Exorcist kind of movie. 6 people, Virgin Mary can. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not what I was expecting. Who? Well, it seems like it has maybe some sort of paranormal kind of thing to it. Hazel, how you doing? What are your thoughts on Rob Zombie movies? I seriously think they are disturbing. Rob Zombie's movies, yeah. They're pretty disturbing. My personal favorite one is House of a Thousand Corpses. I love House of a Thousand Corpses. Devil's Rejects, it's a good movie. It's really good. It's just not my cup of coffee. And personally, I think it's fine. There's a lot of laugh out loud moments when the guy calls him a chicken fucker. I laugh so hard. But Rob Zombie's Halloween, I have a soft spot for. The first one, at least. The part 2 was shit. 31, too much strobe lights. Like, it really hurt my head to watch that movie because there's so many strobe lights, and plus I'm not really a big Sherry Moon Zombie fan. Personally, I'm not trying to bash on the movies or anything. And I am not a fan of the unnecessary rape scenes. I never was a fan of that, personally, but I am actually a fan of Rob Zombie's style. I like the way he visually shows off his colors, his sets, his characters. Visually, he's a really good storyteller. It's just sometimes with the script, it can be a little bit off. But overall, I really do enjoy Rob Zombie stuff. I'm always looking forward to the next Rob Zombie movie. I actually did not hate The Munsters. I know a lot of people really hated that movie. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was the worst thing I've ever seen. I've seen a lot worse movies. Have no interest in going back and checking it out again, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And by the way, thank you so much for joining, Hazel. I appreciate you hopping on in here and being a part of the conversation. Sherry Moon needs to move on from acting. I think she could be utilized better. I don't think she needs to be the lead in every movie he does. I really feel like she can be in there, but she doesn't need to be the lead for everything. Yep, wasn't disappointing. And I actually didn't mind what was it? The Lords of Salem. I didn't mind that one. Yep, wasn't disappointed ever since I was open watching more horror movies. Ever watched Freddy Krueger vs. Jason? I did. I seen Freddy vs. Jason. Oh, yeah. Remember watching that back in the day. Can't get into Scream. Might give it another shot. Might give it a shot again. I know a lot of people. You're not the only one. I know a lot of people who are actually not a fan of the Scream franchise, which is fine. I completely understand. I'm a bigger Friday the I would always take Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Jeepers Creepers, Child's Play over Scream. I'm not a diehard Scream fan myself. But I love the first one. That's probably the only one I love. I'll bet money that Robert Eggers' Nosferatu is going to be one of the best modern horror remakes. Let's hope. That's all we can do is hope. I'm hoping. I mean, it's got some powerful people behind it. It's got some really good casting behind it. Rob Zombie, The Munsters wasn't good. Plus PG, just saying. Yeah, I completely agree. I can't argue with not like the movie. I mean, that makes perfect sense. I get it. Any updates on Trick or Treat 2? Let's go ahead and take a look. I doubt it, because I haven't heard of a lot from it myself. Jeez, that scared me. Trick or Treat 2 movie. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if there's anything new. Nope, there's nothing new about it. It's just the same old. Michael Daugherty, direct sequel to the 2007 movie. So there's not a whole lot. Elvira, a.k.a. Cassandra Peterson, was in the Munsters remake. Yep. It wasn't a remake. It was supposed to be a prequel to the show. But yeah, she was in it. And she was not that great, unfortunately. They really kind of wasted her, unfortunately. I really enjoyed Last Night in Soho, a different Edgar Wright-style film, and really underrated, in my opinion. I need to check that one out. A lot of people have recommended that one to me, and I think it's on HBO Max, so that might be one to check out at some point here soon. production companies need to let Rob Zombie have full reins. Well, he had full reins with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. The studio trusted him a bit more with that one. That's why he was able to do a lot of the crazy shit he was able to do with Part 2. And I hate Part 2. I thought Part 2 is his worst film of all. I think it's shit. The first 20 minutes of it are crazy good, but the rest of it was just dog shit in my opinion. The fact that they made Michael talk in the director's cut was just oh gosh, he made so many bad decisions in that one. Ballsy decisions, or respectfully ballsy decisions for Rob Zombie Halloween Part 2, but I still cannot get behind a lot of the decision making. What they did with Loomis, I just could not stand. Remember Truth or Dare, those smiles? I have not seen that one. We need more anthology flicks. VHS. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Truth. Yes, Truth or Dare. Ooh. So Truth or Dare is a pretty good one then. Another good horror movie, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. Fucked up movie, but so good, man. Yeah. Yep, I did a reaction to that one not too long ago. That one's up on Patreon right now. Or if you're a channel member, if you are a member to the channel, you guys can watch it there too. I have a lot of extra movies reactions right now up for patrons and members. Haven't been able to edit them for obvious reasons, and get them posted on YouTube. But they'll come to YouTube at some point, so don't worry. They're up there right now, but they will come to YouTube. No, the Stains had the full reins. The Stains had the full reins. The 1970s might be the perfect decade for horror for me. The Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jaws, Carrie, The Omen, Halloween, and Alien. Yeah, it's pretty hard to argue with the 70s. The 70s are pretty dope. The 80s has Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Return of the Living Dead, and also the 70s also has Dawn of the Dead, which is one of the best horror films of all time. What do you want for the future of your channel, Jordan? I want to get better equipment for one. I want to hit my goals on Patreon. So if anybody's wanting to jump on Patreon or anything like that, please do so. We lost some patrons the past couple days, unfortunately. We lost at least 3 patrons, so we're not even in the first goal anymore. I think we need more horror films on 16mm. House of the Devil is last I remember. Ooh. But yeah, there's a lot I would love to accomplish for the channel for the future of it, but especially by 2025, where I plan on probably stepping down quite a bit from the channel if we haven't hit our certain goals. So, I mean, we'll see how far we get within a year. Hazel, thanks for your vid standing up for Colby with people talking about weight gain. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I found that extremely fucked up, how people were going after him just because he put on possibly a couple pounds, and it wasn't even that much. It was just people were just going after him. Even if he did, it's what the fuck does it matter? But people were all over Twitter, TikTok. Yeah. Even the people who thought they were being nice were not being nice. They were just... It sucks. It sucks. Yeah, I completely agree. I was in the situation like he was, where I was a bit bigger. When I was younger, I was a little bit bigger. I was 250 pounds, and I got destroyed by bullies. I got destroyed by fucking bullies. It ruined me. I mean, in some cases, it fucking mentally just fucked me up. I will never think I'm an attractive guy. I'll never think I'm a good looking person. And it's even after the weight loss. Even after the weight loss, I still could not find it. I could not find the strength to view myself in a better way. It so sucks, man. Hey, Elizabeth, thank you so much for hopping on in. Would hate for this channel to go. I would hate for this channel to go too, because I'm having a lot of fun doing it. But I also got to think about making more money too. Just join your Patreon. Oh, thank you so much, Johnny Flame. I appreciate that, man. Hell yes. Thank you so much, dude. The more the merrier. Seriously, guys. And I really hope if you join Patreon, you can bear with me while we continue. Yeah, we lost From February 5th, we lost 3 patrons. Yeah, so I'm hoping to make up for those patrons. I completely understand that not every person can join Patreon, which is understandable. I'm not going to expect a lot out of you guys. It's all on me. But if you guys want to help me out in any sort of way, I'd appreciate it so much. You have no idea. Even $1 a month, even for $1, like literally spare $1 a month, could go a long way for me. Do you think they would remake They Live? At some point, probably. I mean, they've already remade Halloween and several of other Carpenter films. They made a prequel for The Thing. I mean, I would not be surprised if at some point they remake that one. Jordan, who gives a fuck what other people think of you? You are fucking awesome, bro. And that's something that I appreciate. I really do. But mentally, I'm always gonna be that fucked. Like, it sucks, man. Kind of ticks me off when people shame people for weight gain. Every time I'm just like, so what? Looks. You know what's crazy? Those people who used to make fun of me and shit gained weight. They're bigger than me now. But they used to be like athletic kids back in school and stuff. Yeah, oh yeah. I think if you're gonna do a reboot or horror, you need to come with us, viewers, observationists, and ideals, people who actually watch movies, right? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I appreciate you joining my Patreon, man. Seriously, thank you so much. I'll buy you a webcam if I could, Jordan. Don't worry about it, man. I completely understand. Hey, Phoebe, how you doing? Happy Valentine's Day. By the way, if you're hopping on in, I have not said Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Hazel, Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for hopping on in again. I appreciate it. And I made that video because I felt it was the right thing to do. It was just a good thing to do. That's why I made the video. It wasn't necessarily to try to defend him. He doesn't need me to defend him. Colby's he's a bigger personality than me. He knows how to handle that shit. But I felt it was the right thing to do. I think if you're gonna do, let's see here. What's your favorite John Carpenter movie? Halloween, the original Halloween, by far. I love a lot of his stuff. John Carpenter's The Thing is a classic. Love it to death. I love They Live. I even love In the Mouth of Madness. I love a lot of his stuff, but the original Halloween, there's not really any movie like it. It's its own unique swing at the slasher genre. Haters are always gonna hate. They are jealous of you. You are better than that. I know. Happy Valentine's Day, Phoebe. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you guys. Sorry, I'm not meaning to ramble on. Oh man, 3 patrons. Sorry, Jordan, if I could convince my friends to join Patreon, but they just want to stay as subscribers. No worries, man. No worries. Again, it's not recommended. It's not required. It's just something that if you guys really love this reaction channel, definitely hop on over there, because 2 years down the road, you might be the reason why I'm still here doing this full time and not doing something else part-time and this part-time, and then or maybe pushing this to the side even more. I really hope I can do this for as long as I can. And you guys are probably going to be the reasons why that will happen. Good morning, Trent, and happy Valentine's Day, dude. Have you ever ordered a Blu-ray from Amazon? I'm worried it might get broken in shipping. I've ordered plenty of Blu-rays from Amazon, and most of them, like 99.9% of the Blu-rays I've ordered from Amazon, come in perfectly fine. So I would say you're good if you order from Amazon. Yeah, I've ordered plenty of Blu-rays from Amazon, though. That's basically all I order. That's how I get my movies, honestly. And by the way, I appreciate that, Jess. That comment. You'd hate to see his channel go. I do appreciate that level of... I appreciate that. My motto, live your dream, follow your passion. Later, Gator, gotta go, stay retro. There you go. Let's see. Sitting at the vet with my sick dog for the 2nd time in a week. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope your dog is okay. I have seen Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, I have a movie reaction for that one up on my channel. Yep. Really enjoyed Big Trouble in Little China. I really don't have a horrible... Jordan, you are a good guy. Enjoy your day, man. Well, thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate it, dude. But yeah, I know I really rarely hate any John Carpenter movies. John Carpenter is my favorite director of all time, and most of his films I actually have enjoyment out of. Even The Ward, which is like one of his worst, and it doesn't help that I know Amber Heard's in the movie now. I don't think I have any interest in going back and watching it, honestly. Uh, it wasn't that great of a movie, to be honest, though. It wasn't even just Amber Heard. It wasn't even that great of a movie. How's it going, guys? If you're hopping on into the live stream, please hit the like button and comment. Leave a comment in the chat. Ow! Amira, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for hopping on in. How is your day going today? You should watch John Carpenter's Elvis, the movie, 1978, Kurt Russell as Elvis. Oh, I do need to check that one out because actually I have not seen that one. Thoughts on Dahmer? I couldn't watch every episode. Dahmer is a... By the way, thank you for the question. Dahmer, the show, is one of the most fucked up, intense shows I have seen. But as a whole, I respect the hell out of it because I really think it tells the story probably in the most brutal and devastating way, which is not something a lot of these things do. Not all of them go the extra mile to really bring you the intensity and the distraught or the brutality of that person. And this one, it doesn't make you feel sorry for Dahmer. It makes you hate him more, which is I think very important to show that how evil this guy was. To the people who actually think he was attractive, like because he was played by Evan Peters and stuff, are completely missing the point. I really think the show does a great job at making you really not like this person and show how disgusting he was. It is a hard show to get through. I completely agree. It's so hard to get through. It took me a while. My reactions for the show are actually on Patreon. You can watch all my reactions for $1 a month, so you can feel like you're actually watching it with somebody instead of by yourself if you're watching it by yourself. But yeah, it's tough. It's a tough show to get through, but it really I think is a good lesson too for a lot of people who are unaware of how some of these kind of crazy people might act. So it gives you it gives you some knowledge, which I think is important too. Let's see. You have to see The Burning. I have seen The Burning. I've seen it several times. I love it. Hey, what's the absolute worst horror movie you have ever watched? It's called Knock Knock. It's not the one with Keanu Reeves. It's like a low budget movie. Watch it. You'll trust me, it's horrible. Brian De Palma's Sisters is an underrated gem from 1973. How many Brian De Palma films have you seen? I know Carrie is one of them. Yeah, I've seen Carrie. I don't know how many movies I've seen from him though. Let me go ahead and look his name up really quick. Brian De Palma. Let's go ahead and take a look at his film history. So far, Carrie might be the only one. I hate to say it. It's embarrassing, but it's true. Phantom of the Paradise. I haven't seen that one. Let's go ahead and look at no director. Mission to Mars, Snake Eyes, Casualties of the War. Let's see. Oh, come on. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Carrie might be the only one I have seen from him. That's embarrassing, but it's true. Amir, any horror movies that you're excited for 2023? I'm excited for Evil Dead. Oh yeah, Evil Dead Rise. I'm so excited for Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, that's my most anticipated. I'm also excited for Five Nights at Freddy's. Those are my two most anticipated. If you're gonna watch Dahmer thing, watch the movie with Jeremy Renner. Yeah, I do need to check that one out too. A lot of people were telling me to check that one out. Dressed to Kill, Blowout, The Black Dahlia, The Untouchables, Casualties, The Raising Cain. Yep, I actually just got done looking at his IMDb page too, and yeah, I've never seen any of those. I have Sisters on Criterion Blu-ray. Ooh, nice. Brian De Palma's Sisters is an underrated gem. Scarface is the best gangster flick of all time. I remember I haven't seen Scarface, but I have seen The Godfather. The Godfather was pretty good. I don't hold like I'm not really huge into the mob movies, the gangster movies and stuff. They're just not for me. I hate people who act like that, so not for me initially. But The Godfather was actually a really solid movie overall. But believe it or not, my favorite movie actually by Francis Ford Coppola is actually Dracula. It's not The Godfather. Even though The Godfather is probably a better overall made movie than Dracula, it's still not my personal favorite. I can see why it's like hailed as one of the best movies of all time. Just not one of mine. We should have a movie crossover for Insidious and Sinister. That could be a lot of fun. If any of them, yeah, those ones would probably fit the best. Have the boogeyman from the like Sinister movies to be like the villain for the next one. That'd be kind of cool. Insidious, though, is far more superior than Sinister. I know that's going to piss off a lot of people. I find the first Insidious actually genuinely creepy. Sinister is creepy, but it's not like on that level of unsettling. That little boy dancing in the living room when the mom goes outside, hell no. And he's like dressed in like 40s, 30s clothes. When the Texas Chainsaw Massacre games comes out and the Killer Clowns from Outer Space one come out, will you be streaming the? Oh yeah, you best believe, dude. I'll be definitely playing those games. Yeah. If you guys are supporting me on Patreon, by the way, the money that you guys all put together for the backbone of the channel, actually will probably be able to get me those games. So again, if you're a patron to the channel, that's basically anything that will bring content to this channel, you guys are helping out with. So everything I have, I owe to you guys. In all seriousness, like I make ad revenue, but I don't make a lot of ad revenue. So you guys are genuinely the backbone of the channel, which also helps me buy my new equipment, which also helps me buy the games that I'm going to be playing in the future, movies I'm going to be playing in the watching in the future, and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of that stuff is basically from you guys. Can we agree that PG-13 horror movies are usually trash? Most of them. I mean, there's some. They're not all of them, but some of them, yeah, they don't go the extra mile, which I think hurts them in the end game. I heard that they will be ding horror versions of Peter Pan and Bambi. Yeah, they're going to be doing stuff like that. Yeah. Have you seen Dementia? Dementia 13, 1963, Francis Ford Coppola's first feature film, is inspired by Psycho. I have not seen it. I have not. Have you seen the movie The Entity, 1982? I have not seen that one either. But yeah, I'm excited for the Killer Clowns and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre games. I will be getting them if depending on how many people are supporting me. Your fans on the channel really help out. I pay for it's how I pay for HBO Max. Yeah, same here. Same here. If I didn't have the people who support me on Patreon or members to my channel, I wouldn't be able to afford streaming services, which means the reactions that you guys are having on Patreon right now wouldn't even be happening. Will you be watching Camp Crystal Lake series? Oh yes, 100%. 100%. I'll be watching the Camp Crystal Lake series. So again, if you really want to know where the money goes for Patreon and stuff, it goes so I can continue doing reactions and also gaming videos and everything else like that. So I appreciate everybody who just decides that they want to become a patron, even for $1 a month. Again, that adds up. So I have Dementia 13 and The Entity. The latter is based on a true story. Ooh. But that's kind of what Patreon is for too. It's like for people to actually contribute and help out channels that they want to help out. Not just channels, like anything that anybody could be making on Patreon. Oh, I love The Entity with Barbara Hershey. Yeah, they're going to be making a lot of Peter Pan and Bambi stuff because obviously the Winnie the Pooh one is getting a lot of buzz right now. I think Winnie the Pooh comes out this week actually in theaters where I'm at. Blood and Honey. My hope is to hit 1,000 patrons so I can bring my friend on full time to do videos with me, and we could give you guys pretty crazy content. That's if we hit 1,000 patrons. I'm not sure if it's going to happen because it's really hard to kind of get past 50 at this point. But if we ever do, then I'll guarantee you this right now: the channel will be a lot more entertaining because I'm going to be able to bring on people that I normally was not able to bring on before. So keep that in mind. If we ever hit our goals, this channel will be a completely different channel. So if that excites you, if the evolution of this channel excites you, again, I highly recommend supporting it. Like, seriously, going to the links in the description and supporting as much as you can. I remember watching the movie on Fox Movie Channel before it became FXM. Nice, nice. Do a collab. I do. I actually, there was plenty of opportunities I had to do a collaboration. I do plan on doing hopefully collaborations at some point in the future. Just depends. It depends on who and whatnot. Because, I've had ideas and thoughts about doing collaborations with specific horror channels and everything, but hasn't really come to fruition just yet. Collaborations do help out kind of promote channels too. So, yeah. Who would you guys like to see me collaborate with? Out of curiosity, any person come to mind? Crystal, just dropping in to give you a like. Me and my husband love your channel. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you like the channel that much. Thank you. I appreciate that, Crystal. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to you too. Thank you so much for supporting me. That means a lot. Collab with Drum Dums. That's an idea. He had like quite a bit of subscribers, honestly. It's not a bad idea. I don't know if maybe I should, yeah, maybe I should try to collaborate with him. That'd be fun. I used to watch that guy though as young, dude. I'd be intimidated. I'd be fanning out too much. Drum Dums is someone I actually who inspired me to actually start talking about horror films on my channel. What about making your own? My own what? I'm glad you do Patreon full length movie reactions without us having to bring our own copy. Other YouTubers require you to bring your own copy of the movie. Can't think of someone at the top of my head. Yeah, let's not collaborate. Well, I mean, if it helps like promote my channel, I might have to. Let's just make a story. Ow. I got hair in my eyes. I need to get a haircut. Oh god. Can you collaborate with Cat Watches Horror Movies or Final Girls? Hmm. Maybe. I don't know. I've also noticed like channels with a lot more subscribers normally not all the time pay attention to the smaller ones, so they won't collaborate with somebody who's smaller than them because they probably think that they're not going to give them too many subscribers anyways. So it just depends on how big they are. It'd be more realistic, to collaborate with someone who's probably close to my size. We'll see though. I've done collaborations though. I mean, I have in the past. I did one with we watched a movie before they became like a 100,000 subscriber channel. That was fun. You ever watch the Wanger Show? I actually did a collaboration with Christian Rubalcaba. At that time, that was his name. His name is Christian now, and I did a collaboration with him before he became big. He joined Schmoes Know and stuff, and went on to do like the movie trivia show Schmodown and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm glad you guys love my channel. That means a lot. Thank you again. I really appreciate that, Crystal. If you're still watching. Oh gosh, it is a pain to sit here for almost an hour and 30 minutes. One of the reasons why it's hard to do reactions to like overnight stuff, because I'd sit here for like an hour and 30 minutes watching it. What horror movie do you think will benefit from a remake? Oh, that's a good question. Magic. Magic will benefit from a remake because it'll make people want to go back and check out the original Magic. And Magic wasn't that well received or like that popular back then either, so. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this live stream. You might see me go live later on during the day. I don't know yet, honestly, because I think there are people who come on later on too. So if I'm not doing anything later, I will probably get back on and do another live stream, guys. But I really appreciate you guys becoming patrons. Johnny Flame becoming a patron. I appreciate you, man. I really do. And again, if you guys have any like extra cash to spare, please help me out. It's donate to charity at this rate because, you know, it might really help me out in the future. I'm hoping to hit a certain goal by the end of 2025 so I can continue to do reactions for you guys, specifically people who really want to see me continue to do what I do. It would mean a lot. Again, it'd be going the extra mile. It would be, yes, donating money, but at the same time, it's like if you guys enjoy this, then I will continue to do it for you. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys, the honesty and the love and the support. Oh, well, have a wonderful day. And again, always supporting you in your channel. I appreciate that, Mira. I really do. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Hopefully you have watch Black Mirror episode White Bear won't disappoint. Thank you, Hazel. I appreciate that. I will definitely look into it. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone. Wow, thank you so much, man. I just like, I swear to God, this happens a lot where I'll be ready to leave like the live stream and someone will donate like $10 or like 20 and I'll be like, oh, fuck. So I have to come back and say thank you so much for that, man. It means a lot. It's going to help out a lot in the future. Nice stream, bro. Thank you so much, dude. You're a badass. Thank you so much. You're filling up my Valentine's Day heart bucket. Not heart. No, it's not a bucket. It's like a box. We used to make them at school. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it, Johnny. And again, thank you for becoming a patron, dude. Val's Raven. All right, one sec. Val Raven hopped on in. How's it going, Val Raven? Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for hopping on in. I can't really necessarily leave when someone hops on in because I feel bad leaving. But how are you doing today? Got any plans for Valentine's Day? Ooh, that tastes good. My throat's a little bit sore. Yeah, I went live a little early today. I know a lot of people were probably shocked about that, but yeah, I decided to go live a little bit early. See if I can catch some morning people for once. I don't really catch a lot of morning people. Oh, my bad. Don't know. Go ahead and hop off. I'll join the next one. All right, Val Raven. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day regardless. If I don't go live later, have a happy Valentine's Day. And again, Johnny Flame, thank you. You're a badass, man. I really appreciate you. All right, guys. Take care.